everyone, Medu here. Bit early for a new video, I know, but it's kind of a special day. God, I can't believe it's already the 17th of December. Holy fuck. The 17th of December is always a really hard day for me. I didn't even notice when I woke up, and then until I got to Twitter and I was like, oh shit, it's today and tomorrow I have work, so that's gonna be a fun day. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm a very big fan of K-pop. I've been a fan of K-pop for 9 years, pretty much since 2012. I found my first K-pop band was Big Bang, but I didn't actually get into K-pop until after I found SHINee. I saw the music video for SHINee Lucifer and immediately fell in love with SHINee, and I started listening to everything they had put up till then, and through them I met other SM artists like Super Junior, Girls' Generation, FX, which was one of my favorite girl groups at the time. And then like through them I met, and then like Big Bang I met like 21, and then VIX and Boyfriend. Does anybody remember Boyfriend? That band was mwah. I had a thing for that band, mostly because of the twins. Don't at me. I really should find out what those two are doing. I was a big fan. But like SHINee has been my ultimate favorite K-pop band since 2012, and they're my ultimate, and every single member of SHINee is my ultimate, but my number one favorite in SHINee by like a little bit, because I love every single member of SHINee equally, but like my bias for my ultimate group was Jonghyun. No, let me see where it is, because I have, oh no, things are gonna fall. The necklace, I don't know if you guys have noticed that I wear this necklace everywhere, but those who know me know I wear this shit everywhere and barely see me without it. But this necklace right here, stop moving around, right here, see? There's a lot of people that like when they see me like outside, like they're like K-pop fans, and they're like, is that Jungkook? And I'm like, no. Close, but no. I mean, they're both in the K-pop industry, but no. It's Jonghyun, and from knowing that it's Jonghyun, you can tell why the 17th and 18th are really bad days for me, because 3 years ago, I found out that, like this day, I found out that he committed suicide. That was a really tough time for me, because, like, SHINee, like, at that time, mostly SHINee along with a couple other bands, but mostly SHINee were kind of the only thing keeping me, like, not dead. Was the only thing that was kind of giving me strength to get up in the morning. And at the time, I didn't see it as much. It was just like, whatever, it's just like my favorite band. They're just like, I caught up with everything that they did, mostly. Not every single thing, because I'm not like an obsessive fan. But like, I like to find out what they're doing. I would sometimes listen to like these like YouTube videos of like Jonghyun's radio show. I would watch all the reality TV shows and stuff, and like memes, and like I would just rewatch all their music videos, and like every time I felt sad. And then I was just at work randomly, and I was looking at my phone at news, and I read one of the news that said Jonghyun found dead. And at first I'm like, oh, what? Like, I didn't believe it. I was just like, that's, like, I don't know what's going on. I'll just put it away. I have to go back to work. Because I was at my break, and I had to go back to work. So I went back to work, but I was like, it was like gawking at me in the back of my mind. Like, is it my Jonghyun? Is it the one from SHINee? Because, you know, there's a lot of K-pop artists that have similar names. And I'm like, maybe it's a different person. Like, I didn't read the article properly, you know, maybe I wasn't paying attention because, you know, I was hurrying because I had to go back to work. So I was just kind of like really anxious the rest of the day. And thankfully I only had like 4 hours left of work, and then I went back home And then at home, I went online and I looked up, and he was found dead. And at first, I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, holy shit. Maybe, like, who killed? Like, I didn't think it was suicide. Like, I thought, who killed him? Who did this to him? I want to know. I want to know who would do such a thing. And then, as more information came out, it was, he committed suicide. And I was devastated because one of the reasons why back in 2013 I myself didn't commit suicide was because one of the main reasons was because of SHINee, because their music gave me strength. Another reason was anime, and I was like, well, there's a lot of anime I want to like catch up with, and Fairy Tail was especially a very important one, which is why, like, I don't care if people say that Fairy Tail is a garbage anime. Like, I don't give a shit, it's your opinion. But I get mad when people tell me, why do you like Fairy Tail? It's a garbage anime. Like, I like it. Leave me alone. It's important to me. And along with, like, Fairy Tail and One Piece, SHINee was, like, their music was kind of, like, one of the things that was keeping me sane. And because of SHINee, because of their smiles, and because of everything that, like, Jonghyun always said about being strong and about smiling and working hard and doing everything, I used his words to give myself strength. And I would, every time I would feel bad, I would just look up SHINee music videos or funny SHINee videos where I would see them interact and just being funny and being cute, and all of them, and Key as well. So after I found out what happened, I was just kind of in shock, and I was really sad. I would cry myself to sleep almost every night, and at work I had a really awful time because I couldn't cry when I was at work, and I felt like it. Sometimes I would lock myself in the bathroom and just, like, during my break, and just cry the whole time, and then just wash my face and pretend that everything was okay. And it was just really hard for me that year. And that's why, like, Christmas is always, like, a hard time for me, because it always, I always remember those times when I lived in Kentucky and I had nothing. I had no one. And then the one thing that was keeping me sane, I lost, Still gets to me to this day. And even then, even after his death, like, his music and his smile have continued to cheer me up. And something that not many people know, it's like I've been very kind of like psychic since I was little. I used to see ghosts. I still do sometimes, not as much as before, because of all my mental problems, I've kind of gotten all my chakras fucked up, and I am having a really hard trouble unclogging them. I've been trying, but it's harder than you think. But that year, I was still living in Kentucky. It was a really hard time for me over there. Didn't really have any friends. And when there was this one night, it was around Christmas time. I think maybe it was like the 22nd. I don't remember. I had to go to work, and I woke up at 4 a.m. because I had work at, or I think it was like I woke up at like 5 because I had work at 6 a.m. or something around those times. I worked really, really early. And outside, it was dark. Everything was super dark. And I drove to work. The parking lot was completely empty. And I was listening to a playlist just of SHINee because I just needed that strength. And I remembered someone online said that, oh, when you feel sad, just wish upon a star. Just look up at the sky, and the brightest one that you see, that's him. That's him watching over you. And then I go outside with my stuff. And I tried to look up at the sky, but there was nothing there. It was all fuzzy. I couldn't really see anything. I was still listening to my music because I still had like half an hour before work started. And then the next song on my playlist played. I didn't know because I had it on. I had all their songs in shuffle, like 100 songs, all in shuffle. And the next song that I heard was "Wish Upon a Star" by SHINee, and I felt warmth, like someone was hugging me from behind. And it was really cold. This is Kentucky. This is like end of December Kentucky. Like when you wake up, like there's white on like the grass because it's so cold. Everything fucking froze. So I was really cold, and I was kind of like walking back, like walking to work in this empty fucking parking lot. Everything was dark. You couldn't see anything in the sky, barely anything in front of you because everything was dark. And all I could hear was like my own crying. And as I attempted to walk to work, and I was cold, I was shivering, and then I just I heard the song "Wish Upon a Star," and I felt this warmth from behind me, like someone was hugging me. And I interpreted this as telling me, as like Jonghyun himself telling me that I didn't need to see the star to believe it was there. That I just needed to believe that my love for him is always going to be in my heart. So that's what I did. I felt the star. I felt his warmth and his voice and his music. And that gave me the strength to go through the day. And since then, like, I've been just, it's hard to say because I have seen his angelic form, I guess you could say, like his angelic form. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a while. It's been a really long time since I've seen it, but I do keep, like, in my altar, because, you know, I do Wicca. In my altar, I have, you know, my little statue of Hermes, and then I have a picture of my guardian angel, which is my great-grandmother. And then next to her, I have a little photo card that my first ever K-pop photo card was Jonghyun, actually. It was actually from the album, his last album. I bought that. That was my first ever K-pop album. I had never bought an album before, mostly because I listened to the music online. I didn't see the point of buying albums, and, you know, I didn't really have the money to buy an album every time, like, every K-pop star came out with music. But I felt like I had to own this one. This is one album I needed to have. So I ordered, so I bought that album, and the first card, and the card that I got was his little photo card. And since then, I've been putting it on my altar, along with my great-grandmother, because it's just really important to me. And I have seen him multiple times since that night. Every time that I'm just breaking apart, and I put his music to listen to it, because it calms me down. And sometimes I feel like he's there singing to me. Like himself, like the voice is different than the music. It's like he's singing to me, like, right there. And the reason I haven't seen him as much lately is just because I haven't been playing his music as much, because I've been kind of not here mentally, and I've been trying to do a bunch of other things, and just kind of not. And also I've been trying to not ask as much help for my guardian angels and shit, but I do believe that he's still watching over me, and he's still watching over a bunch of people. He watches over every member of SHINee, obviously, because they're his family. And he watches over those who still believe in him, those who still love him. He's always watching over us. and I wish I can see him again. I have a bunch of pictures on my phone that I just kind of look over whenever I'm sad. Because, like, his smile, it was so warm. It always cheers me up. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played his music. Maybe I should. Maybe I should play it again. Just put, like, a little playlist and just listen to it tonight. Maybe I'll be lucky enough to see him again. Maybe just in my dreams, or if I'll be able to see his spirit again. I haven't been able to see many spirits lately. Not even my great-grandmother. I just feel like my powers are being damped by my own anxiety. Like, I just think that all the problems that I have like all the problems that I've been having this year, all the mental exhaustion that I feel, just accumulated together, just kind of clogging my pores, just clogging all of my chakras. I've been working really hard to try to get them open so that I could go back to feeling spirits and all that stuff. But, you know, it's sometimes you need a little bit. Ugh. Yes, I'm cleaning my eyes with my blanket because I can. Like I said, when I started making videos again, this channel is mostly to record. It's like a diary to record my feelings and my emotions and stuff, so that in the future I can come back and watch them and be like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, this time of year is always hard for me. Everyone's like, oh, cheer up, it's Christmas, but I don't have very good memories from Christmas. Never have. It's always been kind of a sad month for me. It's always been a sad month for me. But I do have plans for this year to do better, to make better, happy memories. I want to make this month not feel so sad and so lonely for me. And I'm working on it. I do have some plans with my friends for the end of the year. So that would help a lot. But yeah. This is my first time fully crying on camera. Oh, I hate crying. I hate showing emotion. I don't know why, I just hate it, but I'm also extremely sensitive, so I'm always crying. Yeah, more like, well, I'm an empath, so anytime that anything bad happens to anyone, I just start crying. Because I don't know, I just feel these emotions. I'm a sponge. Like, when I could feel a certain way in the day, and then I go somewhere public, and whatever emotions people are feeling at that moment, I just suck it up like I'm a sponge, and I feel those exact emotions. If I'm extremely sad during the day, and then I go to work, but everyone at work seems cheery, I become cheery. The same, it's the opposite. If I go to work really cheerful, but there's someone at work that has some sort of like negative emotion, I just suck that up. Like, I wouldn't even know who it is. I just suck up those emotions, and I'm like, why am I suddenly so sad? It sucks. Because I have absolutely no control over that. Like, since I was little, I've just been able to tell what people are feeling, and when people are lying to me, and when people are, like, not being honest, and I feel their emotions, and I feel things that I shouldn't know about, yet I still do. And even though I'm, like, when I was in high school, I used to be really oblivious in terms of, like, not even high school, like, middle school, elementary school, and high school. I used to be extremely oblivious when people, like, liked me, like, you know, like, romantically liked me. but I think that's mostly because even though I'm an empath, I like, oh, shouldn't I be able to know if someone loves me romantically because I'm an empath? But I'm a romantic, so even if I knew, even if like I understood your emotions, I wouldn't be able to actually tell because they're not my emotions. They're not things that I feel myself. So I wouldn't actually be able to know. I wouldn't feel those romantic attractions back. I'd be like just kind of oblivious as to like I would have the thought in the back of my head like, oh, like, does this person like me? But then I'm like, no, why would they? Because I'm just like, I can't process romantic emotions. So I'm just like, no, we're just good friends, kind of stuff like that. But yeah, this time of year is always hard for me. I have half a mind to get dressed and go to the Publix and buy some flowers, but I'm really tired, mostly because of depression. And I've just been watching ReZero. I've been catching up with ReZero because it's a really good anime that I've been wanting to catch up with. I watched season 1 and I've been waiting for season 2, and it's kind of boring. Season 2, I mean, people, like, the reason I dropped season 2 after, like, the second episode is because I was like, this shit's boring, like, I don't, but people are like, oh, it's so good, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna give it a second try, I'm gonna keep watching, and, because ReZero was a good anime, it's a really good anime, it just has a lot of good things to it, so, yeah, but, yeah, it's, summer year's usually pretty tough for me, so, yeah, I'll probably just keep pretending that I'm doing alright, because it usually makes me think that I am, you know, kind of like reverse psychology, I guess. Like if you make yourself believe something is true, then you'll believe it's true, kind of like lying until it's true. Lie to yourself until you believe it's true, kind of shit. I don't know. That's how I'm trying to get myself to like be good to myself, you know. It's like, oh, you're beautiful, just keep telling yourself that, you'll eventually believe it, you know, kind of bullshit. Yeah, anyways, that's been enough for this video, since it's just like a random in the middle of the week. Oop, my phone fell. Oop, I just keep hitting things. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I want to thank Jonghyun for always being there. Even after death, he's been watching over me and watching over all of us, all of those who cared for him. And I hope I can see him again, whether in my dreams or in spirit form. Any form, I wish I could see him again. And yeah, I'm just gonna go now, and probably, I don't know, I kind of feel like drinking a beer, probably like a Mike's lemonade. I have 2 left, so I'll probably drink one of those just to cheer myself up, and I'll just continue watching some anime. Maybe I'll draw later because I have that drawing I need to finish. But anyways, goodbye, see y'all later, bye, Meru out.